Welcome, Taurus, to Fire Dragon Tarot 1111. This is going to be your full moon reading in April 2022. And I was called to use this oracle cards for your reading today. So I'm only going to be drawing one card. And whatever information I get as I'm reading to you the meaning, I will go over either during or after. And let's see what Spirit has for Taurus for the full moon reading in April 2022. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Things seem to be going rather well. You wish that they were going better. I'm also hearing that you're taking your time because you want to make the right choices. Let me just get that for you, Taurus. The two cards that fell, I'm going to go ahead and read because I think was important for you to know. And what you got was past lives and sunlight after darkness. Okay, so I was only supposed to do one reading, but because of these two cards fell and they fell upright, I feel that that was supposed to be your message for you. And when I was picking them up, I felt a nervous energy, just so you know, Taurus. So I'm going to go ahead and read you the meanings of the cards that fell for you. Okay, so first I'm going to go ahead and read past lives. I guess maybe you probably feel you met someone, maybe they felt very familiar, and maybe you felt that they were from another soul or soulmate that probably you met with. That's what I just heard. Some of you probably have a twin flame in your life. Maybe you are unsure, and maybe this is to validate that for many of you. If that's not the case for you, don't worry about it, but let's see what the meaning says. But that's what I found. That's what I heard when I saw this card. All right, Taurus. So it says that you long some days for gentility, propriety, older times when the distance and conventions govern behavior. Within those laws and boundaries, you found freedom and expression, even while there was restriction and oppression. There is a sense of how things once were, nostalgia, and yearning for times long past when this card comes to visit you. The Victorian Kitsune is here to remind you of your own past lives, for she journeys through the realms of the human ones, finding the people who have forgotten their wisdom. She reminds them of who they once were so they can remember to bring this life of wisdom to who they were. I think I said that twice. I guess it's repeating. Right there, I felt deja vu. So many of you who are experiencing deja vu, or like it's a repeating cycle, maybe some of you, this is what I just heard, Groundhog Day. So if this is resonating with you in that sense, then this message is for you. It has something of validity for you. So she will make sense of the manners and the preferences you have, the desires for manners that were more genteel and refined, for roles that were more certain and sure, and for codes that, although restrictive and binding, gave us surety and a sense of place. The past is not the present, okay, Taurus? And you're not being reminded of your past in order to negate or escape where you are in this time, in this lifetime. But who we are is all we have been. And in the memory there lies many a mystery which can enrich our lives. So now know that your fascination with aspects of the past have meaning, and that you are being visited by Victorian facts to remember a little more of who you once were in order to become more surely who you are destined to be. This would be a wonderful time to incorporate a little old world magic into your life. Take a step back, slow down, and revisit savoring every moment. So this is what you need to remember for this new moon phase. Now, moving on to your second card that popped out, it's called Sunlight After Darkness. I kind of like that. It's just to remind you. I'll give you my feedback on that afterwards. Okay. Now, your other card, your other message for things to know for this full moon, Taurus, is that after a time of challenges and hurt, there comes a time when the sweet joys of life gently begins to return. I feel this is for the additional collective of Tauruses. There was 2 messages here to try to cover as many. There are some of you who are having certain doubts, and maybe you needed to hear this. So they will steal into your life so quietly that for many signs of this beautiful change will go unnoticed. But with the turn of this card, you know now that the time of new light will be awakening in and around you now. If you tune in, you will begin to see the signs that there is sweetness returning, that smile or two flecks across your lips, that you awaken more easily and greet the day with a sense of that today will be kinder, better place than yesterday. You will notice others responding to you warmly and slowly, oh so slowly, you begin to believe that perhaps there is a way forward and that you will once again find happiness. It is too often or too soon to speak of being exuberant and enthusiastic, but this is tender, very fragile. New time will grow when you tend to it, when you encourage it, and when you begin to notice that you are at last healing from the wounds life has dealt to you. There will be no going back into the darkness. This is not temporary. You can trust this, and with your trust, it will gather strength and begin to take root. This sunlit time will grow brighter and become stronger as you feed it with your belief and gratitude. So do this, friend, and know that what will never be again. For now, you are in the time of new light. So overall, is for many of you Tauruses who were probably remembering old times or past times, it felt different, it felt better. And now it's telling you that whatever you went through in the past, if you had a lot of, I want to say the word trauma, and if you feel that there was triggers that were happening in your life that was making things terrible, it's now changing because you actually, many of you are healing from that process, and many of you feel that you are already there. And so it's just here to remind you that yes, the past is the past, but you cannot let the past be in your near future. And don't be scared and don't be afraid to try new things, and be grateful that you actually have the opportunity today to start something new and have a better way or perspective, rather, than you'd had yesterday or that you had in the past. So it coincides. It's sort of letting you know, Taurus, that yes, you had a past and there were better, sweeter times, and sometimes things that don't go your way or you're not planning. Actually, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, pretty much. So this is what the full moon wants you to remember for this phase in April 2022, Taurus. So hopefully that resonated and helped for your highest good. Please like, share, and subscribe, and thank you so much. Talk to you next time.